Alright, what's going on? It is June 16th, 2026, Tuesday. I am going to do a short tour of the plants. I got some Sorghastrum natans. Indian grass is the common name. I got some Lilium michiganense right here. And I have a strawberry. Fragaria vesica, or Vesca, or something like that. Just a quick update on the plants. This is what they look like. The milkweed is going to be blooming soon. Is Clepias incarnata. Right there. I haven't seen any caterpillars on it yet. Yeah, I haven't seen any caterpillars. The monarch caterpillars, to be specific. Just a quick overview. The plants, I'll go into more of them, but I'm planting some right now. I'm planting some Lilium michiganenses and some Sorghastrum natans. These are the most recent additions. This is Dahlia purpurea, purple prairie clover. This is Bouteloua curtipendula, side oats. This is, I think this is Carex bicknellii. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Carex bicknellii. These are the flowers. I'll take some pictures of that later. This is another Carex. I'm not sure which one it is though. Right there. This is Calamagrostis canadensis right here. Right there. And as far as what else, here, let me. Here's some prairie dock, Silphium terebinthinaceum. Here is Chileone galabra. This is Chileone galabra, the white turtle head. This is the last one, or no, the second to last one. Andropogon gerardii, the big blue stem. And here is the last new plant that I put in, and this is Amorpha canescens, the lead plant. Pretty happy with this. It's gonna rain later, so I'm gonna do a video, or I'm gonna try and make another video and do more updates on these. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and get the plants put in the ground as soon as possible. What's up, guys? It is Jack. I'm back at it again. So this is July 1st, 2026, and I'm doing an update on the garden. Alright, this is the west side of my property. Over here, I'll go over there in a little bit, but that's where I had my Tirelia cordifolia. Tirelia cordifolia. You can see the flower right there. The flowers. Right there. This is the Elizabeth Oliver cultivar. So they don't all look like this in the wild. They're more of a darker green, and they don't have like the brown veins. And I've since removed it. It's like that. That's the front of my house. I'm not going to show the front of my house because I don't want people to show up on my property, you know. But yeah, so this is where I used to have my Tirelia cordifolia. And this is my birch tree up there. And the Bradford Cali pear is blocking it a little bit. So there's my birch tree. Let me zoom in. Yeah. Birch tree, Betula something. And then here is where I have my Arrowhead viburnum dentatum. I'm going to do a close-up of all these, don't worry. And then this is like my side door and my Aquilegia canadiensis right here. And then up top, it's the dreaded Bradford Cali pear that I can't cut down because I'm technically living in my parents' house, and then I'll be kicked out. You know how it goes. Then over here is like my lawn, or my dad's lawn. It's not my lawn. And I'll do another video, but like, this is how far the lawn extends. And these are the arborvitaes, Thuya occidentalis explicata, or they're probably a Thuya plicata. Right there. These are the arborvitaes that have died. And then I'm not sure what these bushes are, but then up top is my Liriodendron tulipifera tulip tree. And then if I go over here, okay, so I'm in the middle of my yard now. This is my patio right there. And then my plants right here. And I'll go into these in a little bit. And then there's the arborvitaes again, the Thuya plicata, probably something like that. And then the hydrangeas right there. And then it's the other arborvitaes. And then here's the Bradford Cali pear. So I'll do a 360 for you. And then here you go again. Okay. Here is my, I didn't do an update on this last time. Here's my Silphium laciniatum right here. Has very scabrous leaves. I've done updates on this in the past. So I have one plant right there, then I have another right here, and then I have another right here. And I think, just maybe, this plant is going to flower. So you can see right there. I'm pretty sure that's a flower bud right there, because it doesn't, the normal leaves don't emerge like this. And this is probably the flower stalk right there. Okay, moving on. This is the Lobelia syphilitica. I don't think it's going to bloom anytime soon because it's usually a later bloomer. Opposite leaves, or no, alternate leaves. And this one's growing kind of weird. I don't know why. Maybe it broke or something. Looks like it might have a disease. That's fine. I know they'll survive. It's been spreading pretty well. This is the other Lobelia syphilitica, but this one definitely has a disease. I don't know what it has, but it's something. And I didn't put herbicide on this or anything like that, so I have no clue what did it. I guess I'll have to wait and find out. Okay. In here, this is some of the Viola sororia, the common blue violet. This has the cordate leaves, moderately prominent venation. Here are the undersides of the leaves. There you go. Here is the Aquilegia canadiensis that's gone the seed. Oh yeah, these are the fruits right here. So that's the fruit. There's the fruit right there. And then here's the another fruit that's more mature. Right there. And then here's the here's a flower right here. These are, I believe they're hummingbird pollinated. I've never seen a hummingbird on them though. So maybe I'm just not looking carefully enough, but look right there. And the nectar is in these little kind of teardrop things. They kind of look like candle wax when it melts. I guess the candle wax would look like this, but it looks like melting candle wax. I'll get a video of that later. And then this is pretty heavily dominated by the Aquilegia canadiensis. So I don't want to thin these out because it is native and it's supporting wildlife, but I'm gonna make sure that I dig some of these up right here, the volunteers, because I have the Aquilegia canadiensis right there, and then I have the Silphium laciniatum, and then the Lobelia syphilitica. So I'm gonna keep digging these up right there. And yeah, moving on the left, here's the Ambrosia artemisifolia right there. And then I think this is a daisy, but here, let me focus it better. Yeah, I think it's a daisy, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna wait before I rip it up. I think it's a daisy, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna wait before I rip it up. And here is the Pycnanthium. It's Pycnanthium something, I forget which. I think it's Pycnanthia virginiana. I'll be able to tell later, but it's definitely Pycnanthium, the Virginia mountain mint. And if you crush the leaves and smell it, it smells like mint. This is more of my Viola sororia. This is it's getting pretty tall. I don't know if this is max height or not, but it is getting pretty tall. And then here is a Geranium maculatum. This did flower already. I want to get more of it, but I'm also trying to see how much of it turns up on its own, so I'll have to wait and see for that. Okay, so back around the north side of the garden, we're gonna start off with the Conoclinium celestinum. You guys have seen this many times. It looks a lot like mint. It's not mint. Not much to say here. This is I think this is Buxus semperviensis Our boxes, Sempervians, the boxwood. These, I made another video on these, and these are capable of flowering, and the flowers kind of smell like corn tortillas, but there's nothing here that pollinates it, so they'll likely never attract any pollinators. They might. It could be the honeybee for all I know, but when I was in North Carolina, I didn't see a pollinator on them and stuff like that. This is my Asclepias incarnata, the wild type, and this is the, here, I'll get one that's actually has the blooming flowers. This is the Ice Ballet cultivar, and I am going to, wait, let's see if I can tell the flower morphology. It is a compound umbel, I'm pretty sure. It's a compound umbel flower. Yeah. And so those are the white flowers right there. I'm not sure if I want to dig this up because I don't want it to hybridize with the wild type milkweed, or if I want it to be food for the monarch butterflies, but either way it's got to go sometime. This is the Geum triflorum in there, right there. I might dig that up and move it somewhere else. This is a new one that I planted, the Dahlia purpurea, right there. And this is Lilium michiganense. This is a Michigan lily. These will get about 6 feet tall. I think this is Carex vulpinoides or something like that, fox sedge, but it's definitely a Carex, but I really don't know. And then this is Bouteloua curtipendula. I've never planted this before. This is the flowers on it. Here, let me zoom in more. Yeah, those are the flowers. Right there. They're not really blooming yet, but that is the flower of the grass. I can't remember how tall that'll get. This is Sorghastrum natans right here. I bought a bunch of it and I really need to plant it because it's starting to dry out. And I can't keep watering it. Another Lilium michiganense. Another Sorghastrum natans. I don't know if that's Carex bignellii, but I'm not sure. Great, I just compressed the soil, I didn't mean to do that. And that's, I forget which one it is, but it was a plug, and I might be able to find out later when it's flowering. This is Lilium michiganense, again. I don't think I did the video where I recorded this. This is Carex bignellii. Right here. That's Carex bignellii. Here, let me just position this so I can get better. Yeah, Carex bignellii. And more of the Conoclinium celestinum. And let me get in here. This is Carex pennsylvanica. I'm not sure how this one's doing, because I know this one likes more shade, but it's doing fine, except the tips are getting kind of burnt. I don't know where to put this, because I don't really have a shady area where it could go. I mean, I sort of do, but not sure. I'm just going to see if it survives the transplant. This is Silphium terebinthinaceum. I think I already recorded this. This will get like 8 feet tall. Here is the Epilobium something. And this is a volunteer Penstemon digitalis, the foxglove beard tongue. Here is my Dryopteris marginalis, leatherwood fern. This is my Penstemon digitalis that's flowering right now. And I'll do a long shot on the flowers. Just try to listen to the breeze swaying and just the way the flower looks. It's the best part about being in the garden is you just get to take a minute and relax. So there it is. This is the Ratsabitha pinnata, pale coneflower, or no, the grayhead coneflower, I think. Some more Penstemon digitalis on the ground. And this is the Osmodastrum cinnamomum. And then, let me get in here. This is my Andropogon gerardii, right there. And this is the Chileone galabra, the white turtlehead. It's starting to send out new buds. Yeah, let's zoom in on those. Yeah, right there, those are new buds. And this is opposite leaves because they come out from the exact opposite side. I cut this back because it had mold and mildew on it, and I didn't want the mold and mildew to spread to the rest of the plant. But I think it'll be fine. This is, wait, let me look at this one for a second. Yeah. This is Amorpha canescens. This is Amorpha canescens, the lead plant. This is a slow growing plant, and the seeds for this need to be stratified, scarified, and inoculated with bacteria. So it's extremely difficult to grow from seed. I've never grown it from seed before. Just a close up on the leaves. It's in the legume family, Fabaceae. There's the buds right there. This is the strawberry, Fragaria vesica, I think. It's a wild strawberry, not the cultivar one that they use for agriculture and most food and stuff. This is Opuntia something. It used to be called Hamafusa, but it's they changed the name, and I'll just get some close up on the spines. Did you know that spines are actually modified leaves? There you go. And here's another milkweed. Right there, that's not my milkweed. Right there. Oh, and my Echinacea purpurea. It's gonna bloom soon. That's gonna be pretty cool. This is more of my Sorghastrum natans grass, and these are some plants that I dug up that I want to try selling. The Aquilegia canadiensis and the Viola soria and some Lobelia syphilitica there. And then this is my iris. It's iris. I don't know what type of iris it is. I know it's a native one, but it might be a cultivar. It's definitely not yellow virus, so it might be blue flag iris, iris versicolor, but I really don't know. But I'm growing it because I had it growing in a different spot, and I'll put that on the screen right now. But here's the this is a blue iris right there. I regret planting this because it wasn't the appropriate plant to put here. Yeah, because it's just way too dry. And I know the natives are drought tolerant, but like this is a wetland plant, and I made the mistake of putting it here. So I don't think this is gonna survive the winter, and I'll just put something else new in there. But I don't think it was nearly wet enough, so I took the potting mix, or not the the topsoil that is super cheap, and it's frankly quite garbage because it's all just clay. But clay is extremely good at holding in water, so I put it in here for it to be the potting mix for this, because I know irises, they like to be really in like standing water, or like heavily watered areas. And in there I found my fossil collection. I promise it looks better. Let me just pour this out right now. Yeah, that is my fossil collection. So they excavate the clay from like old ponds and stuff like that, and when the snails die, the shells sink to the bottom, and those are my snail shells. They're all dead. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna try and make this quick because I'm running out of footage and time, and I don't want this video to be too long. This is Arrowhead Viburnum dentatum, and if you look here, these are the fruit right there. Oh wait, let me do this better. Yeah, these are the fruit right here. Those are the fruit. And lastly, here's a view of my property from the front of my house, which I'm not going to show, and to the back garden. So you can see my tree, and then my violets and stuff like that. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed.